Let's discuss key challenges and their resolutions in sourcing and procurement process. 1. Lack of supplier diversity. Implementing a supplier diversity program is important to ensure a diverse range of suppliers are considered. Key components of such a program include identifying diverse suppliers, developing relationships with them, and setting goals for supplier diversity. Key roles involved in supplier diversity include procurement professionals, diversity and inclusion professionals, and senior leadership. Industry trends show that supplier diversity is becoming increasingly important in today's business world, and companies that prioritize it are likely to see benefits in terms of innovation, competitive advantage, and customer loyalty. Challenges to implementing a supplier diversity program include identifying diverse suppliers, ensuring they meet quality and performance standards, and managing relationships with a larger number of suppliers. IT functionalities leveraged in performing business operations related to supplier diversity include supplier databases, spend analysis tools, and e-sourcing systems. 2. Poor supplier performance. Implementing supplier performance management processes, including regular evaluations and monitoring, is key to addressing poor supplier performance. Key components of supplier performance management include setting performance expectations, measuring performance against those expectations, and taking corrective action as needed. Key roles involved in supplier performance management include procurement professionals, quality assurance professionals, and senior leadership. Industry trends show that supplier performance management is becoming increasingly important, and companies that prioritize it are likely to see benefits in terms of reduced risk, increased efficiency, and improved supplier relationships. Challenges to implementing supplier performance management processes include establishing clear performance metrics, obtaining reliable data, and addressing performance issues in a timely manner. IT functionalities leveraged in performing business operations related to supplier performance management include supplier scorecards, supplier portals, and contract management systems. 3. Inadequate supplier information. Developing and maintaining a supplier database with up-to-date information is important to addressing inadequate supplier information. Key components of a supplier database include supplier profiles, performance metrics, and contract information. Key roles involved in maintaining a supplier database include procurement professionals, database administrators, and senior leadership. Industry trends show that supplier data management is becoming increasingly important, and companies that invest in data quality and analytics are likely to see benefits in terms of reduced risk, increased efficiency, and improved decision-making. Challenges to maintaining a supplier database include obtaining accurate data, ensuring data privacy and security, and managing data from multiple sources. IT functionalities leveraged in performing business operations related to supplier data management include master data management systems, spend analysis tools, and supplier information management systems. 4. Miscommunication with suppliers. Fostering good communication with suppliers and establishing clear communication processes is key to addressing miscommunication with suppliers. Key components of effective supplier communication include regular meetings, clear expectations, and timely responses. Key roles involved in supplier communication include procurement professionals, supplier relationship managers, and senior leadership. Industry trends show that effective communication with suppliers is becoming increasingly important, and companies that prioritize it are likely to see benefits in terms of improved supplier relationships, reduced risk, and increased innovation. Challenges to effective supplier communication include language barriers, cultural differences, and managing communication across multiple channels. IT functionalities leveraged in performing business operations related to supplier communication include supplier portals, collaboration tools, and communication management systems. 5. Late delivery. Implementing supplier performance management processes and establishing penalties for late delivery are key to addressing late delivery. Key components of managing late delivery include clear delivery expectations, effective communication, and timely follow-up. Key roles involved in managing late delivery include procurement professionals, logistics professionals, and senior leadership. Industry trends show that late delivery is a common challenge in procurement, and companies that invest in logistics and supply chain management are likely to see benefits in terms of reduced risk, increased efficiency, and improved customer satisfaction. Challenges to managing late delivery include managing delivery across multiple suppliers, resolving delivery conflicts, and balancing cost and speed of delivery. IT functionalities leveraged in performing business operations related to delivery management include transportation management systems, supplier portals, and order management systems. 6. Quality issues with suppliers. Implementing quality control processes, such as product inspections and supplier evaluations, is key to addressing quality issues with suppliers. Key components of managing supplier quality include setting quality standards, monitoring supplier performance, and taking corrective action as needed. Key roles involved in managing supplier quality include procurement professionals, quality assurance professionals, and senior leadership. Industry trends show that supplier quality is becoming increasingly important, and companies that prioritize it are likely to see benefits in terms of reduced risk, improved customer satisfaction, and increased innovation. Challenges to managing supplier quality include obtaining accurate data, identifying root causes of quality issues, and addressing quality issues in a timely manner. IT functionalities leveraged in performing business operations related to supplier quality management include quality management systems, supplier scorecards, and supplier portals. 7. Inefficient procurement processes. Streamlining procurement processes and utilizing technology, such as e-procurement systems, is key to addressing inefficient procurement processes. Key components of efficient procurement processes include clear process flows, standardized procedures, and effective communication. Key roles involved in procurement process improvement include procurement professionals, process improvement specialists, and senior leadership. Industry trends show that procurement process improvement is becoming increasingly important, and companies that invest in technology and process improvement are likely to see benefits in terms of reduced costs, increased efficiency, and improved supplier relationships. Challenges to improving procurement processes include managing change, obtaining stakeholder buy-in, and balancing cost and value. IT functionalities leveraged in performing business operations related to procurement process improvement include e-procurement systems, workflow management tools, and process mapping software. 8. Lack of standardization. Establishing standard processes and procedures for procurement is key to addressing lack of standardization. Key components of procurement standardization include policy development, process documentation, and training and education. Key roles involved in procurement standardization include procurement professionals, policy administrators, and senior leadership. Industry trends show that procurement standardization is becoming increasingly important, and companies that prioritize it are likely to see benefits in terms of reduced risk, increased efficiency, and improved compliance. Challenges to establishing procurement standardization include obtaining stakeholder buy-in, managing change, and balancing flexibility and control. IT functionalities leveraged in performing business operations related to procurement standardization include policy management systems, e-learning platforms, and process documentation tools. 9. Limited supplier options. Expanding the supplier base through supplier development programs and strategic sourcing initiatives is key to addressing limited supplier options. Key components of supplier development include supplier identification, supplier assessment, and supplier development planning. Key roles involved in supplier development include procurement professionals, supplier development specialists, and senior leadership. Industry trends show that supplier development is becoming increasingly important, and companies that invest in supplier development are likely to see benefits in terms of increased innovation, reduced risk, and improved supplier relationships. Challenges to supplier development include identifying the right suppliers, managing supplier development programs, and balancing cost and value. IT functionalities leveraged in performing business operations related to supplier development include supplier databases, supplier portals, and supplier assessment tools. Difficulty in managing supplier relationships. Implementing supplier relationship management processes and establishing clear expectations and agreements with suppliers is key to addressing difficulty in managing supplier relationships. Key components of supplier relationship management include relationship assessment, relationship planning, and relationship monitoring. Key roles involved in supplier relationship management include procurement professionals, supplier relationship managers, and senior leadership. Industry trends show that effective supplier relationship management is becoming increasingly important, and companies that prioritize it are likely to see benefits in terms of reduced risk, improved supplier performance, and increased innovation. Challenges to supplier relationship management include obtaining stakeholder buy-in, managing expectations, and balancing flexibility and control. IT functionalities leveraged in performing business operations related to supplier relationship management include supplier portals, supplier scorecards, and contract management systems. Inaccurate demand forecasting. Improving demand forecasting through data-driven decision-making and regular review of forecasts is key to addressing inaccurate demand forecasting. Key components of effective demand forecasting include data analysis, scenario planning, and demand review. Key roles involved in demand forecasting include procurement professionals, demand planners, and senior leadership. Industry trends show that accurate demand forecasting is becoming increasingly important, and companies that invest in analytics and forecasting tools are likely to see benefits in terms of reduced inventory costs, increased efficiency, and improved customer satisfaction. Challenges to accurate demand forecasting include obtaining accurate data, managing demand volatility, and balancing cost and service level. IT functionalities leveraged in performing business operations related to demand forecasting include demand planning tools, forecasting software, and analytics platforms. Inadequate contract management. Implementing contract management processes and establishing clear contract terms and conditions is key to addressing inadequate contract management. Key components of contract management include contract drafting, contract negotiation, and contract monitoring. Key roles involved in contract management include procurement professionals, contract administrators, and senior leadership. Industry trends show that effective contract management is becoming increasingly important, and companies that prioritize it are likely to see benefits in terms of reduced risk, improved compliance, and increased efficiency. Challenges to contract management include managing multiple contracts, ensuring contract compliance, and balancing flexibility and control. IT functionalities leveraged in performing business operations related to contract management include contract management systems, e-signature tools, and contract analytics. Unforeseen price changes. Negotiating price protection clauses and considering risk management strategies is key to addressing unforeseen price changes. Key components of price protection include contract negotiation, price monitoring, and price adjustment. Key roles involved in price protection include procurement professionals, risk managers, and senior leadership. Industry trends show that price volatility is becoming increasingly common, and companies that invest in price protection are likely to see benefits in terms of reduced costs, increased efficiency, and improved supplier relationships. Challenges to price protection include managing price risk, obtaining stakeholder buy-in, and balancing cost and value. IT functionalities leveraged in performing business operations related to price protection include contract management systems, spend analysis tools, and risk management software. Intellectual property concerns. Conducting due diligence on suppliers and including IP protection clauses in contracts is key to addressing intellectual property concerns. Key components of IP protection include supplier assessment, contract negotiation, and monitoring of IP rights. Key roles involved in IP protection include procurement professionals, legal professionals, and senior leadership. Industry trends show that IP protection is becoming increasingly important, and companies that invest in IP protection are likely to see benefits in terms of reduced legal risk, increased innovation, and improved supplier relationships. Challenges to IP protection include managing IP risk, obtaining stakeholder buy-in, and balancing IP protection with other objectives. IT functionalities leveraged in performing business operations related to IP protection include contract management systems, supplier databases, and IP analytics. Ethical and sustainability concerns. Implementing supplier sustainability programs and conducting regular supplier audits is key to addressing ethical and sustainability concerns. Key components of supplier sustainability include supplier assessment, sustainability planning, and sustainability monitoring. Key roles involved in supplier sustainability include procurement professionals, sustainability professionals, and senior leadership. Industry trends show that sustainability is becoming increasingly important, and companies that prioritize it are likely to see benefits in terms of reduced risk, improved brand reputation, and increased innovation. Challenges to supplier sustainability include managing sustainability risk, obtaining stakeholder buy-in, and balancing sustainability with other objectives. IT functionalities leveraged in performing business operations related to supplier sustainability include sustainability reporting systems, supplier scorecards, and supplier sustainability databases. Lack of transparency. Implementing supplier transparency initiatives, such as supplier scorecards, to improve visibility into supplier performance is key to addressing lack of transparency. Key components of supplier transparency include data collection, data analysis, and data reporting. Key roles involved in supplier transparency include procurement professionals, data analysts, and senior leadership. Industry trends show that transparency is becoming increasingly important, and companies that prioritize it are likely to see benefits in terms of reduced risk, improved supplier performance, and increased innovation. Challenges to supplier transparency include obtaining accurate data, managing data privacy and security, and balancing transparency with other objectives. IT functionalities leveraged in performing business operations related to supplier transparency include supplier scorecards, spend analysis tools, and data visualization software. Insufficient supplier risk management. Implementing supplier risk management processes, including supplier assessments and monitoring, is key to addressing insufficient supplier risk management. Key components of supplier risk management include risk identification, risk assessment, and risk mitigation planning. Key roles involved in supplier risk management include procurement professionals, risk managers, and senior leadership. Industry trends show that supplier risk is becoming increasingly important, and companies that invest in risk management are likely to see benefits in terms of reduced risk, improved supplier relationships, and increased innovation. Challenges to supplier risk management include managing risk across multiple suppliers, obtaining reliable data, and balancing risk mitigation with other objectives. IT functionalities leveraged in performing business operations related to supplier risk management include supplier databases, risk management systems, and spend analysis tools. Complex regulatory compliance. Establishing clear compliance processes and utilizing technology, such as e-sourcing systems, to manage compliance is key to addressing complex regulatory compliance. Key components of compliance management include policy development, compliance monitoring, and compliance reporting. Key roles involved in compliance management include procurement professionals, compliance officers, and senior leadership. Industry trends show that regulatory compliance is becoming increasingly complex, and companies that invest in compliance management are likely to see benefits in terms of reduced risk, improved compliance, and increased efficiency. Challenges to compliance management include managing compliance across multiple regulations, obtaining stakeholder buy-in, and balancing compliance with other objectives. IT functionalities leveraged in performing business operations related to compliance management include policy management systems, compliance reporting tools, and compliance monitoring software. Competition for scarce materials. Developing alternative sourcing strategies and considering supply chain diversification is key to addressing competition for scarce materials. Key components of alternative sourcing include identifying alternative sources, assessing supply chain risks, and developing supplier partnerships. Key roles involved in alternative sourcing include procurement professionals, supply chain managers, and senior leadership. Industry trends show that competition for scarce materials is becoming increasingly common, and companies that invest in alternative sourcing are likely to see benefits in terms of reduced costs, increased efficiency, and improved supplier relationships. Challenges to alternative sourcing include identifying alternative sources, managing supplier partnerships, and balancing cost and value. IT functionalities leveraged in performing business operations related to alternative sourcing include supplier databases, risk management systems, and spend analysis tools. Cost pressure from customers. Utilizing cost optimization strategies, such as supplier consolidation and total cost of ownership analysis, is key to addressing cost pressure from customers. Key components of cost optimization include spend analysis, supplier consolidation, and cost modeling. Key roles involved in cost optimization include procurement professionals, finance professionals, and senior leadership. Industry trends show that cost optimization is becoming increasingly important, and companies that invest in cost optimization are likely to see benefits in terms of reduced costs, increased efficiency, and improved customer relationships. Challenges to cost optimization include managing stakeholder expectations, obtaining reliable data, and balancing cost and value. IT functionalities leveraged in performing business operations related to cost optimization include spend analysis tools and e-sourcing systems. We really thank you for your time spent on this session. Feel free to meet our partners by sending an inquiry email to contact us at t24global.com. Most of our partners have 15 to 20 years industry experience. So, please get in touch for any quick, managed business process and IT consulting needs.